and good morning. Okay, today I had a slow morning doing what I would call an intermediate fast. I don't know, I think I've gone maybe 19 hours, something like that. Not a big deal. I don't personally consider those fasts, but that's the term that people call them. So that's why I'm getting started late today, but I've got all sorts of things, and today is day 3 of the natto hydrogen water challenge, trying to get healthy, everybody. And let's just say, I mean, some people say trying to get healthy. I'm just saying, just trying to be better, do the best I can do, be the best I can be. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So happy. Okay. We've got so much things to do today, so I just need to get my breakfast going and move along my day. But as usual, you guys like to watch the smoothie breakfast, which is obviously what I do every morning. One of these mornings, we'll see if I ever drop the ball. Maybe I will. Who knows? But for right now, I need to wash these veggies. They're getting old, and some of these are going bad. And it's too bad. So sad. But that happens with produce, and you know, what I do with the very little that goes bad around here is I put it in the compost pile. But we're going to have to wash these for sure because they start growing stuff on them, really. Something must happen because I've consumed it like that. Unfortunately, more than once. I've done it, I don't know, more times than I can count. And I survive, you know, obviously it's not but it does give me like a little funny feeling in my stomach. So with that being said, that's that. That's going to go into recycles. And the next one, I don't think I have enough greens today. And I'm getting this, you guys are going to see moving a little quick today because I do have many things. But I hope this is helping you. Oh, maybe I need to point the camera down a little more so you guys can see everything. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Terry. You guys are now officially the regulars. The smoothie club. Well, you know what's funny? Tell me if you're actually doing the smoothies. Maybe you just watch me make them and you're not doing them. But if you are doing them, good for you. And if you are, tell me how you feel. Say, you know, I'm actually liking it. I'm finding it difficult. I don't have the time. I feel so good I can't stop. I don't know. Give me some feedback. Tell me how it's all just going there. Okay. Let's go ahead and start washing those. And let me show you guys. One of my friends yesterday was like wondering, like, really, he was actually being tested for deficiencies. I think it's starting to catch on. I've had a lot of physicians, including naturopaths and stuff, and I mean, I think it's catching on. I've heard more people talking about it lately, and obviously, Purium. Make sure to, let's see, do I have the camera set wrong? It looks like it's wrong. Can't really see. There we go. Maybe that's better. First thing, Purium. Why Purium? Whoops. Because overcome nutritional deficiencies. This is what I actually use. It's straight up just food. Superfoods, really well balanced and clean from the pesticides and stuff. It's really hard to get away from all pesticides, but I did see the lab tests on these, and they're impressive. They're way better than a bunch of other products I've seen out there, which I will not begin to name because, like I said, that people are always getting upset. Mostly companies, right? They don't like me to talk about their products not being the best. And so instead, I'll just show you the best. So people always email me, well, what about this product? I'm like, guys, that's cool and all. And today we're going to use a few extra stuff because we're out of some things. Whole flax seeds. I've been so busy lately. Can you believe I didn't even have time to go buy some of this stuff? I almost went this morning, and then I was just too busy, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and make it today with missing a few minor ingredients because I'm still getting the nutritional stuff. I mean, this is really the big stuff. Chlorella doesn't need to be in here, but I have it because I used to use it. And I'm not saying it's bad. good stuff, but I just don't need it with this Purium stuff. This Purium stuff has just turned out to be quite impressive. It's so impressive. Better than I expected. And I love when things are better than I expected. So moving on. Let's keep washing these guys because these guys look like they need a washing. They need a good washing. All right, sometimes I want to play music in the morning, but I don't think that would go too good while I'm live. Lately, I've been listening to, I like Jack Johnson, very peaceful. Some of his stuff, just great lyrics. A little surprised he's not more popular. Okay, let's show you how to overcome some deficiencies here, shall we? Let's see here. You said, good morning. Yes, just had it with my first natto this morning. Awesome, Diane. Hi, countries. I just received my new hydrogen maker yesterday. Woohoo, you better set that up. Still just watching. Have plans to start next week, says Terry. Diane says, I use the broccoli sprouts, but I hate taking the brown seeds out. Is it okay to eat some of those? I think it is. I'll just show you. In fact, I'm going to put some in today, so I'll just show you how I do it. Okay. Doesn't mean that I'm doing it the right way, but I will say that I think it's fine. Okay, here's all the greens. Why greens? Well, I don't think people get enough greens. And this, with the super powders, I think we get a lot of our nutrients. Ooh, look at this. See, this had a bad spot right here. So I like washing them. You can actually see those. They stand out more for some reason. Boy, I had a very interesting conversation with my friend yesterday, though I don't know if he wants me to talk about it. But boy, stayed over a while. I broke one of my rules. I am too much of an open book, guys. I tell you guys like everything, I feel like. Let's stick with the health topic for now. Let's make this smoothie, shall we? Because it's necessary. I gotta have it. Okay, next thing. Okay, let's go ahead and put the broccoli sprouts. Gotta wash them. I already washed them, by the way, before the camera turned on. And if you're talking about these little brown things, yeah, I just leave them in. I don't pick them out. So let's put in, I mean, not a ton, by the way. These things are quite, the data on these is pretty amazing, actually, which is why I use them. But you don't have to put that much, though I will say that's a pretty decent amount right there. Decent amount right there. Might have to put some extra blueberries. In fact, I'm always talking about the blueberries and how good they are. And I did a little more research. Guys, unbelievable. The way that they affect your vascular system, super important, by the way, your vascular system. Not only is it extremely impressive, I'm going to actually put maybe a little extra today just because there's other ingredients that I'm not going to have. That's about what I normally put. And I'll just add a splash more today. A little extra blueberries. The funny thing is, and this is I was laughing about it because the guy who was showing, there's a guy like named Dr. Greger, and he shows the studies. He's like, okay, this study, that study, you know. And I just feel like having a cold pack on me. Hold on, this is going to be silly, but I'm going to strap a cold pack to me, which is weird. Like, oh, it's going to make you cold. Yeah, I know. It's cold today, but I just kind of feel like having it. So this doctor, the reason I like to watch him is because he just shows data. He just shows studies, and he's really good at reading the studies. He knows how to observe whether they were a properly done study or not, which is something I appreciate. He's just really great. Do I agree with everything he does? No. I mean, he misses a few things, in my opinion, primarily clean water and stuff. He doesn't talk about that, even though I've brought it up and he doesn't seem to think it's that important. He also uses microwaves, kind of crazy, in my opinion, but that's okay. I mean, look, people can use microwaves. I'm not going to go weird about it. Let's grab some ginger. Ginger. It's going to be gingery today, just because. And the way that it affects the vascular system, the interesting thing about the study was he was showing the different studies, and they tried the placebo, and it was a double-blind placebo, the whole deal. And the reason that it was so funny was because not only was the blueberries doing amazing things, and they would try to alter it different ways. They would try to get blueberry powders. They would try frozen blueberries. They'd even try to put it in muffins, thinking that, you know, maybe once it's put in a muffin, it doesn't have the magic. Guys, it had the magic no matter what you did to it. It was really quite impressive. And not only that, he was laughing because he's like, who in the heck is going to consume? You know, I mean, yes, blueberries are awesome, is what he was basically pointing out. He's like, okay, blueberries are awesome, but who in the world's going to consume it every single day? And he's like, and especially, like a cup of it or whatever the amount was. And I think it was something around a cup. And he's like, who's going to do that? And I'm thinking, this guy. I consume blueberries every day. And what they discovered through the scientific method, which I know a lot of people don't agree with it, when they're always like, oh, I don't trust science. It's like, well, I do. I trust data, but not all of it. You have to make sure, yeah, you need good science. And we won't talk about the bad science because, they'll get us. We don't have free speech, right, guys? So, but there is good data out there and there are good studies that have been done. So you do have to be cautious. But the point is, I try to find the good stuff. And this study was actually done in another country. Can't remember which one it was anymore. Switzerland? I don't remember. Point is, what they discovered is long-term usage. Now, this actually is going to go with hydrogen too, because I haven't done this video yet. I've been working on it for months because it's just so complex. And I don't know, maybe I'll do it today, but I'm so busy. I don't even have time to buy my celery. Things have been really hectic lately, actually. Anyway, long-term usage of blueberries, unbelievable. It ended up taking a whole other level of the way that it affects the human body, especially the vascular system. I don't know how familiar you guys are, what exactly I'm talking about, when we talk about the vascular system. But one thing I've been trying to tell you guys for some time is the importance of the way the blood moves, the nutrients that the blood carries, controlling, blood glucose level. I mean, all these things, but it all has to really do with your blood. And that's why the little tricks that I use, to really affect the blood. Obviously, drinking clean water keeps it clean. Then you got the hydrogen, which really moves it and does so many other things, helps control the pH and the way it functions as selective antioxidant. And we go on the hydrogen. We know it's awesome. And then blueberries. And it's not just the blueberries. There's a lot of other things, but blueberries, which I clearly put in here every flipping day. And apparently, let me tell you something. Things like, for example, this is kind of a weird topic, but I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of older men have contacted me about it. Maybe you know where I'm going here. And let's just say that it can help older men with the way that with their vascular system, the way the blood moves, the flexibility of your like arterial walls, they get hardened as you age. You want them nice and soft and limber. And blueberries, let's just say, straight up magical. And you know what? Have I felt a difference with everything that I'm doing? Yeah, I definitely have. I'll just say that. It's good stuff, good stuff. You want to keep the body happy, right? Body happy makes you happy. They would say happy wife, happy life. And maybe that's true. But I'm like, happy body, happy life. Let's put some good clean water in here, or hydrogen water, whatever you have access to today. But you know how I like to do it, guys. And I like to fill it up as I go, as you probably will know. Why? Well, it's because otherwise the blender will get stuck. So let's keep moving forward here. Let's see what you guys, maybe I should read what you're saying here. Jazz Banana says, question, I came across that hyperbaric hydrogen in mice reverses skin cancer. Oh yeah, you heard that study. Are there any machines like these you have seen in the consumer to purchase? Absolutely not. No. That's a very, very old study. There's so much, in my opinion, that can be done in the world of hyperbarics and gases. I don't think that they're doing the best they can right now. I know there's like some people like, oh, I have a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Believe me, you don't have what I'm really like, the kind of stuff that you really need. See, this is what I didn't want to talk about too much in the past, because I actually have an idea that in my opinion will work even better than that, way better. And I've been talking about it very, very little, because basically we're talking 20-30 million dollars. It would be an extremely big project. I personally believe, now remember, this is not medical advice and it's certainly not a medical claim, but I personally believe that this device that I want to would like to hopefully someday build, not too distant future, we just need someone like Elon Musk or something to be interested. I believe that it will reverse aging dramatically. I believe it actually could potentially heal almost any disease known to man, and even so much more. It would actually do something that I'm a little cautious of saying because it sounds too foo-foo, but I actually The reason I know is because I've done some things already that are pushing those boundaries. So I've experienced it. That's how I, not only began to understand what the heck we could be doing that we're not doing. There's so many things that we could be doing that don't even take that much money. I mean, we spend so much money on wars and crazy things that I won't talk about because we don't have free speech. Let's go, Brandon. I saw a funny video about Let's Go, Brandon yesterday. It was making me laugh so hard anyway. Not to bring that up. I think they said it was an anniversary. It's like a 1 year anniversary of Let's Go, Brandon. It was hilarious anyway. I like to have a good laugh, guys. Sorry if it bothers anybody. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I do like to laugh at everything. It's just kind of my thing, except I usually try not to because everybody's so sensitive these days and everybody's going to get mad about something. Now, thank goodness we don't have 20,000 people in this room because I'm sure somebody would find a way to be offended. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. That's just my personality. Okay, what's next? We're kind of running low on ingredients today. This is so sad. Let's see, what am I going to use? Oh, look at that. I have a little smoothie left over from yesterday. I'm going to have to finish that. No problem, though. No problem. Let's grab some soaked chia seeds that were soaked in hydrogen water. Oh, I know what we're missing, you silly nut. You're such a silly goose. We're missing all sorts of stuff. Natto, that's a magic ingredient. We got some chia seeds. What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. Well, let's bring in the things that I thought I prepared, and I just realized that I forgot again. I've been literally crazy busy, but things will settle down here in the very, very near future for me. But just been a little bit crazy. So I didn't get to soak my nuts or my raisins. So if I don't have a chance to soak them, will I still use them? Of course, I'll still use them. They're just better if you soak them, that's all. So we're just going to put some walnuts in here. Why walnuts, guys? According to data, not according to opinion, but according to data, it appears to me that they're the healthiest of all the nuts. I used to be told that there were almonds, which I'm not saying almonds are no good. I mean, all the nuts are good. That's why I eat nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables. Just good data on all this stuff. So that's what I'm going with. I go with that. Some people may disagree. It's okay. I don't have to agree. I don't get upset about it. I'm not going to get my butt hurt about it. Like, oh my God, you don't agree with me. Wee. That's okay, guys. I don't have to agree about everything. Okay, raisins. I do normally like to soak them. I'm not going to put a lot. They're quite sweet. But they are sun-dried. They are organic. And they do have boron, natural boron. And guess what? I'm out of boron. So I'm a little disappointed because I've been using that stuff. A little experimental. And you know what? It's just, I'm digging it. I think I'm really enjoying that stuff. I'm going to have to get more. But hey, let's get all our nutrients. Let's go with natto next. The secret ingredient. Natto. I love natto. This is the garbage part though. That's the secret. Throw that away. Garbage. Garbaccio. All right, let's see here. Boy, what am I saying here? A lot of stuff here. Boy, am I missing something? I like, where were your questions? Okay, I thought I answered that. You're definitely not going to purchase a chamber like that, brother. All right, Diane McKenzie. I like organic baby kale as I heard it's good for calcium. Oh, dude, there's so many things in here that have calcium. Me too, Terry C. I live an hour 15 from the nearest organic. Oh my God, I'm gathering the supplies and I'm starting as soon as I can. One financial step at a time. Hydrogen machine will have to wait. Sometimes it has to, guys. Terry, yeah, Dana, I'm saving for my machine too. We will get there in the end. Yep, sooner, obviously, sooner the better for your health, but I totally get that you have to save and stuff. And that's too bad. You know what my goal is, guys? If anybody wants to help, now there's only 12 people in here, so I doubt anybody can really do much, but who knows? Maybe somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. If I can reach, my goal was kind of to reach 144,000 subscribers, which clearly I'm not even close. But if I can get a big subscriber count and start really getting paid from YouTube, I will use that money to literally constantly buy hydrogen machines and give them away. So if you guys, I don't know how anybody can help. The biggest thing that people can probably do somehow, I know if I get on like some big show, like my goal is just Joe Rogan. I really want Joe Rogan to know about hydrogen. and I think it would help the channel grow. So I think it'd be a win-win. Okay, let's activate the natto by stirring it. And because I think when you reach that large of a subscriber count, you can get some pretty decent income from YouTube. And I'll put as much as I can. You know, I need to live my life, but at the same time, I don't need much. I kind of have a very, very simple lifestyle. And then I could do constant giveaways. Mr. Beast, that would be amazing. Remember Mr. Beast? Have you guys seen that guy? He's got, I don't know, something ridiculous like 30 million or 40 million subscribers. And he's always wanted to do giveaways. He gives away houses and cars and all that stuff. And that's great. But I'd like to give away machines to make clean water and hydrogen machines. And if I can even go beyond that and do Purium powders, that would be awesome. All the stuff that I like to use, I'd love to give it away. But probably everybody can afford most of the things. I think the biggest obstacle for people is the hydrogen machine. So I'd love to do giveaways on that. I really would. So who knows? Maybe we'll run across somebody someday who's like, hey, I got a connection. Let's get you some more subscribers and then monetize the channel. And wow, look at this. It's really foaming up today. This is a good one. So, you know, pay it forward, as they say, but I'd love to get everybody on hydrogen. Yep, it would be awesome. But I want to do more than that. I want to do the machine that I'm talking about that I want to build. That doesn't exist, by the way. It definitely doesn't exist, what I'm wanting to do. And I found some good data to support my hypothesis. Some of this stuff which wouldn't make sense, but I did present it to some highly intelligent scientist and doctor, and they eventually agreed. Natto. Getting so used to it. Love natto. Lots of good vitamin K. Thins the blood a little bit, which is going to help carry all the nutrients along with the hydrogen. Okay, let's put a little more water in here. I think we are finally running out of little room because I'm putting a little extra of everything today. It looks like it's going to be a little sweeter. Maybe I should put a banana in there. Let's put a banana. Do I have any bananas? I do have bananas. In fact, I think today I have to buy bananas. So yeah, I want to do something like that. Okay. Let's see here. What else did you say? Let's see. Terry C says, in the meanwhile, trying to watch all Greg's videos and gather as much info as possible. Dana Mitchell says, that is exactly what I'm doing, Terry, and I just love listening to him. Really? Well, I'm very thankful for that. Wow, this one doesn't look too beautiful, does it? Let's put a beautiful one in there. Beautiful produce. Yikes. Let's take off the bad spots. Wow, it's like almost all bad. I need to get a knife just to get some of the good stuff. You know what? I think it's fine, but hope I don't make myself sick. I don't think I will, though. I probably could have just put it in there. It would have been fine. A little brown. It's all right. It's a little brown. It's no big deal. Okay, let's go with chia seeds. Oh, let's keep going. Let's see what you guys are saying. Boy, I feel like I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Maybe I just keep going, and then I'll read your comments in a second, guys. How's that? Because I'm going to have to blend this thing up. Okay, let's go with the chia seeds now, which I probably shouldn't have in that order, but that's a lot of chia. But chia has so many good, I mean, again, good proteins, good omegas, good. Now, that's a huge source of calcium, by the way, is the chia seeds. I got them soaked in really clean hydrogen water, so they really bring a lot of water to the colon. This is one of my goals. You know, I could put an orange in there, but you know, I did it yesterday, and it's not terrible. It just makes it kind of, I don't know, citrusy, really, and which is fine, but it almost tasted like soury, but it wasn't soury. It was like, it confused you. Your palate's like, oh, I think this is sour, and it's like, oh no, it's citrus. And it just didn't go well with everything. I've never found citrus stuff to go well in my smoothies. I don't know why, but and I know that it's good for you as a thing. But today, I just don't have time for it, to be honest. That thing was so hard to peel, and the peel was so stuck to it. So we're gonna go with the good old carrots. Carrots. Squee wabbit. I actually really like rabbits. They're very cute, and I love carrots. There's these cute little animals in the back of the property, and I go and feed them either little carrots or pieces of grass. They're so cute. They just like to eat out of your hand. You know, animals are really just a treasure in my opinion. They really are just beautiful. They're peaceful for the most part. You know, they're just nice, and I like animals. And I don't eat them, but you know, if we can do things humanely, would be nice. But I'm a lover, guys, not a fighter. I don't like to fight. I feel like fighting is a waste of, I don't know, waste of energy. I don't like wasting energy. It's a big thing for me. I don't like to be wasteful. That's why I don't like wasting food. It's kind of my thing, you know. Like to be super efficient. The Japanese are really into being super efficient. I kind of think the same way, along the same lines. I mean, it only makes sense to me. But okay, anyway, carrots are extremely good for you. Super powerful, by the way, as far as the level of antioxidants in carrots. Like, let me see if I can remember the numbers. It's been a while. Because I used to, you know, I'm not going to botch it, so I'm not going to give you the numbers, the exact numbers. But I will tell you that carrots have a lot of really good antioxidants. And when they're organic, this is one thing that a lot of people don't know. I'm surprised. Naturopaths, doctors, and there's actual data and research. So I'm a little surprised that people don't know this. But organic food, like organic carrots, were put up against normally grown food. And the shocking part was, I was just thinking about the pesticides. Nobody expected that the organic food would have much higher, not just a little bit. It's dramatic, much higher levels of antioxidants. And you know, and I think a lot of people got off the antioxidant train. They're like, you know, that was so last year. You know, everybody's always on the next big supplement, the next big thing, and I'm not like that. I think that all the things we really need are already kind of, for the most part, in front of us. Just have to learn how to do what we can do. And carrots and antioxidants are very important because everything that you look in the body, like you could be a scientist and come up with all this jargon and confuse the hell out of people and nobody knows what you're talking about and sound really smart and you think you're all smart. But let me just tell you something very simple about the human body. They have names for all these different activities that are going on in the body, and it can get quite confusing. But in the end, all they are different either oxidant or antioxidant activities. That's all it is. And in the end, health appears to be, now this is part of health, not complete health, but a huge part of health is the balance of it. That's why when you have an imbalance, which most people have too many free radicals, too much oxidation, and they don't have that balance. And that's why hydrogen is so unique, because it doesn't just antioxidize like the way that you know, vitamin C would or something. And so it's selective in nature. So it seems to like selectively choose, which is something that is very unique because you don't just want to antioxidize everything. You need a balance. And in the end, guys, life is about balance. And one more banana. This one seems better. Let me check it. Let me inspect the banana. Let's put a magic ingredient in here now because I need to blend this sucker up. I need to start eating today. I'm not even that hungry, to be honest. But I do need to get going today. Start a little late. And then I'll read your comments and then I'll reply to your questions. And then while I drink my smoothie, because I'm going to put a few more magic ingredients here. Okay, let's go with the next magic ingredient. Anybody know? Anybody know? Repetition is key, right? I think I've been repeating myself enough. Let's do this. This looks like it could use just a splash of water. I'm pretty sure it's got enough, but let's just put a tiny bit of. Normally, when I really make my smoothies on my own, I tend to like to soak them a while in hydrogen water, but I can't do that with you guys because I'd let it sit on the counter for 20 to 30 minutes while I go stretch, and that's not going to work as good. But that's okay. It's not a huge deal. I consumed. Here's a magic ingredient, by the way, the minerals. I consumed my hydrogen water already this morning. It's definitely my system, and it's also I'm going to be inhaling it here in a second. That's the other magic ingredient. So let's put this sucker in the blender while we shake up the next magic ingredients we're going to throw in here. And let's roll. Let's make sure this really works. Ooh. Oh yeah, looking good today. Looking good today. Barely dancing. Okay. Let's take out the compost. Hopefully that thing will not fall off the counter. One of these days it's going to fall off the counter, make a huge mess, and I'm going to be all disappointed. Oh, the smoothies are safe. Oh, no. Wow, it's doing good today. It was really dancing yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I almost wonder if I should mix it with my yesterday's smoothie. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, maybe okay. Little stickers on these guys to differentiate my silliness. That's a cookie because I used to be a cookie monster. I used to love carbs. There we go. I heard that. You can always hear when it's almost done. I'm debating whether I should use this old jar from yesterday. Let's see. I think that's good. Okay. Let's cut these guys with a little bit of hydrogen water. Even though I'm already very well hydrated. But I did already, it's probably been, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, or more, since I had the hydrogen water, so it's perfect timing. And we'll add some magic ingredients and we'll consume. I think it's almost ready. I think it's almost ready. Okay, last magic ingredients. You know, maybe it's not the last one now that I think about it. At least I have though. Okay, last one. Sounds good to me. If there's any chunks in there, we'll run it again. So what I like to do is I like to pour halfway. You guys have noticed? Halfway. Excuse me. Excuse my. I'll be hive. Okay. Halfway. Why? Magic ingredient number 1. Zinc. I think I was getting too much zinc recently, so I'm going to back off because it's in my Purium powders, which is from my food. And that's the best way to get it, from your food, guys. That's why I like the Purium powder. And I guess if anybody wants a coupon code, it's uprising144K at ishoppurium.com. I love that stuff. So I'm putting less. Ionic. Ionic is the best, but technically it's second best because this is ionic too. The reason I say it's second best is because number 1 is from your food. It really is the best way to get it, from your food. Food is magical, guys. But you know what? When I pair it, ionic, and I pair it with my foods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I actually pair this with my food, it's basically taking that ionic to another level. Boron, I think there's almost none in here. This stuff's good for your bones, ligaments, brain, sex hormones. I mean, this stuff is like, it's magical. But I'm definitely out. So sad. It's been working so good. I really like it. I'm gonna have to get more. Okay, now that we've added everything, now we mix it by pouring it in a circular manner. Let's see if I can not spill into this smoothie. Oh yeah, I'm ready to sit down. Put this in the fridge. I'm gonna drink this real soon. Actually, I'm actually gonna share it probably with somebody, so I'm not even gonna bother to seal it because it'll be ready any moment. And then magic ingredient number 13. Actually, I'm not counting. Hemp hearts, best well-balanced omegas in the world. Super tasty too. Lots of good nutrients. I was seeing this whole thing about how people are so deficient in potassium. This thing's got a bunch of it, doesn't it? Magnesium. Ooh, tons of it. Phosphorus, B vitamins. I mean, all sorts of stuff. This stuff is good. Where's the potassium? Oh, that was something else. Oh, no, there it is. Potassium. This just has all sorts of good stuff in it. Can't say enough about the hemp hearts. Yes, I know it comes from the marijuana plant or the hemp plant and all that. And you know what? I don't discriminate. If it works, it works. It's what I love. So let's try it out. Wow. That came out really sweet today. Tastes like raisins. Tastes like raisins. Craisins. Okay. Let's answer your questions now. That's how you make it, guys. Is it complicated? I don't think so. Is it time consuming? Not so bad. We did it kind of quicker today. Did you notice? I think we got it done pretty fast. And of course, as usual, every morning, when things start moving, I always want to blow my nose. It was just draining out of me after I drink my hydrogen water. It gets everything moving, which is a good thing. It feels good to get. Oh, I know why it tastes the way it does. I put all those broccoli sprouts too. I can taste those. Very earthy. It's got a hint of cherry and a hint of, grapes. And I'm just kidding. It's like when people talk about wine. It's so funny. It's like, oh, it tastes like, it tastes like fresh grapes. It's like, isn't that what it is? All right, let me take out this grapes. I like wine. I haven't had wine for a while because it makes me feel weird. Last magic ingredient, hydrogen. You guys know that hydrogen is considered a food, by the way? Trivia question today. Okay, let's answer all your questions. I think there was a lot of, even some stuff was retracted, I guess. Holy smokes. Let's see here. Okay, Dana Mitchell says, we will. Oh, thank you. Terry C says, in the meanwhile, trying to watch all Greg's videos and gather as much info. Yeah. Dana Mitchell. That is exactly what I'm doing, Terry. And I just love listening to him. Well, that's just mighty kind of you. That's mighty kind. You're way too nice. I had no idea people like to listen to me. I thought that's why I didn't have any subscribers almost. Let's see here. Christiana says, any updates on the data information regarding the Holy Hydrogen machine? Any updates on the data information? Don't know what you're talking about, Christiana. I think I've given so many videos on that machine. I do like it. I mean, it's the best. If you're looking for the best, I mean, it's like by far, clearly the best. It's like not even close. Haven't seen anything out there. I've seen a lot of more expensive stuff and it's still not even as good. And then there's a lot of cheap garbage out there, which is, in my opinion, absolutely terrible. Some of the stuff I can't believe people even consume. Okay, let's keep going. Terry C says, me too, Greg Smoothie, the smoothie master. The smoothie whisper. Mike retracted a message. So did Terry. Okay, Mike says, my parasites love me. Why would I want to kill them and flush them down the toilet? Well, Mike, if you truly believe that, then yeah, keep them in your body, leaching the nutrients from you so that you don't actually get them, so that you can get sick and fall apart. Maybe even affect your mental health. All right, Christiana says, have you started your new YouTube channel? Let us know when you do. I haven't. But now that you're asking about it, because of your, if you do want more information on the Hydrofix, the company has their own YouTube channel. You guys should probably check that out. They have some good information over there. And that's Holy Hydrogen YouTube channel. You guys really should go check it out. And support them too, I think. They are a good company. So I like when companies try to do the good things, just like the Purium when they want to make clean stuff. Yeah, I like to support good companies. And I don't support that many really, because There's not a lot of good ones out there. Okay. MD says, morning, Greg. Have you ever made your own natto with packaged enzymes? Oh, yeah, MD, I make all my own natto. I grow all my own food. No, brother, I don't have time for that. Totally kidding. I have made my own kimchi. There's been, what else do we, oh, my koji. So, I mean, there are things, but no, not natto. Natto, I have not gone that far. It's too time consuming for me. Brother, I didn't even have time to go get my celery. I'm going to be making natto. I don't know how much time you guys have on your hands, but I have not done it. But thank you for the question. And maybe in the future, I don't know, maybe in the future, I mean, in Japan, I want to go see the masters make it. I don't want to try to replicate what those guys do. Dana Mitchell says, what an extremely generous idea. Giving away machines to help people. You are the best. Oh, I would absolutely love to do it. I just need the ability to do it. I need some support, you know. I'd probably negotiate some deal with the company and see what I could do. But if you guys, if anybody's willing to help me get out there more, I just need so much to live, which by the way, I don't really need much. Beyond that, I'll give it away. I would love to do that, especially for those in need. T1 Radder says, what do you think of the Vitalizer Plus hexagonal water? Oh boy, here we go. Now you want me to start looking up machines? I've heard of it, and from what I remember, I didn't think it was very good, but let's check again, make sure it's what it is that I'm thinking. But let me tell you, I'm not that impressed with, I already showed you what the best is. That's why I don't know what else to do, but okay. Because no person shall be left behind, meaning we will not skip his question, we will answer it. All right, guys, hope you're okay with this. Okay, Vitalizer Plus hexagonal water. Oh, one of those. You know, honestly, I'm not super impressed with it. I mean, I could do it with a blender. I can structure water with a blender. I also don't, I know that by doing that, it does oxygenate the water. Structuring does that, but you can do that with a blender. I don't think you need this special machine, but I know they're like, oh, you add minerals and stuff. I don't know where those minerals are coming from. I do like, I mean, I really like the Concentrates mineral company. I've spoken to them, spoke to a doctor from that company. Really nice guy, really into their products, and they really try to make the best stuff. Hence the reason they're a little more expensive than most stuff. But would I say T1 Writer that it's a terrible machine? No, I mean, you know what? If you really want, write the company. You can do it on my behalf, and I'll, you know, if they want to send me one, I will do an honest review. And who knows, maybe I'll like it more than I realize. Do I think it's totally necessary? Well, no. I mean, clean water, the mineral, the hydrogen, I mean, how can I make it that much better? But I'm open. I'll be open to it. Hope you can make your machine one day, Greg. Would be so cool. Oh, I'm telling you, it will do things, even things that I won't even mention here because there are only 16 people. So maybe you guys are open-minded enough, but it's hard to describe. There's secrets to the human body, guys, that almost nobody out there knows. And I do, and as crazy as it sounds, I do happen to know them. Not all of them, of course, because the body is filled with so many amazing things that we don't know about. But there's something that I stumbled upon and used it in the sense that I utilized the knowledge to do something with myself, and it works. And it was unbelievable. I can't wait to like really truly share it someday. I'm actually going to go do some of that work in Japan. Maybe I'll talk about it with you guys. Gratitude for the insight. Mike says, would you do cold plunge? That's actually part of it, Mike. And yes, I've done it many times. There's a way to do it that can open up, gosh, we're gonna get weird here. See, I wanna stick to like, maybe we'll get back to it. Christiana says, you sent some groundbreaking information was coming out. Oh man, all sorts of stuff. You were asking about the Hydrofix. The Hydrofix is now structuring hydrogen. That is nuts. Nobody's ever done anything like that before. And structuring the water is, you know, cool also. The only problem with the structuring that the Vitalizer Plus is that it only does one. See, I don't want to give you guys all these I can't give away some of this stuff right now. Let me think. Let's just say, there is a way to do multiple vortexes that turn into one vortex rather than just one vortex. It's hard to explain, but I've seen the data. They actually did some testing on this in Japan, and it's real. I thought it was a bunch of hogwash, but it's next level. I'll be and then when they figured out how to structure hydrogen, and we're talking about structuring water. Now they're talking about structuring the very thing that makes up the majority of water. So that is some of the groundbreaking stuff. And there's more to come. Yeah, about the hydrogen machine. Yeah, and it induces a natural frequency of the hydrogen. So the energy of creation. The new Hydrofix does all this. That is groundbreaking. I don't know which video. I probably said that a while ago, but yeah, it's already available. Goran says, hey, from Norway, trying to get natto to Norway. Oh boy, good luck with that, brother. I cannot. I don't know what to say. H2 water for 1 week now. Fantastic. Watch video 337, 231. I would watch 396 and 397, by the way, if you're new to your machine and stuff. Somebody write him down for Goran. Good to have you, though, from Norway. Wow. AI says, let's see if this is AI. Hey, Greg, relative of mine is suffering from GERD's disease. Wait, but you're a machine. And gastritis. That's easy. Other than hydrogen water inhalation, do you know of anything else that would help them out? Thank you. Okay, that's AI speaking, by the way. That's my AI voice. I can't make an electronic voice. Relative mind suffering from GERDs. Yeah, GERDs and gastritis is basically linked really to your gut and production of acid. I would do extremely clean water. Of course, the hydrogen is going to be crucial for something like that, by the way. And then I would do a lot of foods that are easy to digest with all your nutrients, just in case it's also a deficiency thing, but typically everybody has deficiencies. It's always a good idea. Did I stain my shirt? And that's my simple answer. None of this is medical advice, AI. But that would be the simple answer. And I would avoid very hard to digest. I wouldn't do any meat, eggs, dairy, or seafood at this time. Doesn't mean that they'll never be able to eat it again. It's just to heal for the time being. But I think hydrogen, I don't know if they've got a hydrogen already, but hydrogen is going to be really important for that. Absolutely super important for it. And eliminating chemicals that are causing a lot of these things too. I assume, what's their age? Because I'm going to assume that, well, I don't want to make any assumptions. Tell me their age. Yummy. Okay, High Country. High Country says, I added a ground into my hyperbaric chamber and have more ideas. A ground. And then Terry says, wow, the energy of creation. Heck yeah. I mean, that's where a lot of the healing's at. I mean, the source of life itself. Let me be honest with you guys. I would love to share all my secrets, but just the trolls, the trolls. Some of these huge secrets are just too much. They're just too big to just put them out there. And I not really an ego thing, but I really feel like I need to be a part of the process of creating this new tech, because I want to make sure that it's done right. And I want to make sure that it's not in the wrong hands. And I just think it's important. AI says, great, thanks again. Yeah, you can email me AI too if you want. I can't call you today. I'm just, like I said, I'm busy. This is my breakfast, and after this I got to roll. But GERD, gastritis, I mean, honestly, those things are easy. It's usually stuff you're doing to yourself. You just don't realize it. I've seen so many people who, the way that they're consuming things and doing things, and of course stress can play a role, but that's not something that I can help with. Well, actually, hydrogen helps with certain stress hormones, now that I think about it. I remember the first study I read on it, I thought it was ridiculous. I thought, how can this be real? But it was. They were clearly seeing, there was an animal study, and they were seeing the animals, react positively. And I was thinking, how in the world is hydrogen helping with stress? I mean, it's not a therapist, And AI says, yep, was talking to them about this morning and mentioned it is what they ate. See, that's what I mean. You're doing it to yourself. You know, lay off too many breads and deep fried stuff or stir fried stuff or hard to digest stuff. Parasites also can play those kind of roles. I mean, there's just, you know, my protocol's not that complicated. It's not super expensive either. I know sometimes people will be like, I overestimate, but I said like, you need $7,000, you know. High Country says, I have 2 US patents and may have interest in helping design your idea. Really, Mr. High Country? Well, you're always welcome to email me, uprising144k at Gmail, and send your phone number. I'll see what your voice really sounds like. Just when you say High Country, I think of like, you know, the country. I'm driving a truck and my dog's in the back. I got a shotgun. And I designed hyperbaric chambers. That'd be so cool, right? I'm just joking, by the way. All right, sounds good. All right, I think we're losing everybody here. So this is how you make it. Mariana Soldado says, hi, thankful to God I found you. I learn a lot from your videos. May God guide you and open your doors. Wow. Well, thank you. I think, thank you. Yeah, I think he's definitely opened up a lot of doors already, which I'm already extremely grateful for. But there's got to be more to come. There is more to come. And time will tell. We can get kind of... Not only does this taste good today, but I don't say that I overdid it, but I mean, this was one of those days I added extra blueberries, raisins, 2 bananas. That right there definitely made this guy sweeter today. But you know, it still tastes great. I mean, I love it, but it's a little sweet. One of my friends was trying to make smoothies, and he wasn't looking so good after months and months and months and months. Maybe even more than a year, I don't remember. And I was like, dude, are you sure you're making your smoothies right? And he's like, oh, dude, I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. And then one day, it's funny how people, I don't know why people try to keep stuff from me. It's like, it's not that I'm going to judge you. I'm trying to help, right? I'm trying to actually be helpful. And eventually I found out he was he wasn't doing it right. Let me just tell you, he was not making the smoothies right. But the one thing that he was doing, and I just couldn't believe this. Well, for one, he was using way too much fruit. And fruit's fine, but you really need your vegetables. That's the whole point of this thing, so that you can get a bunch of vegetables and they taste good. Maybe I'll share with you this study about vegetables in Japan. It's so interesting. Point is, he was putting ridiculous amounts of honey in the smoothie. I was like, dude, you can't be consuming that amount of honey every single day. He goes, honey is good for you. I'm like, look, honey is amazing for you. I know. I mean, I get my really good, raw, unfiltered, organic honey from an actual beekeeper that I trust, and I know where he's getting it, where these bees are getting, you know, making the honey and where they go and get all the material they need. I'm like, you can't be putting honey. He's like, it just doesn't taste sweet enough. I'm like, it's not sweet enough. See, my palate, this is so sweet, so good though. Your palate adjusts with your gut. It goes hand in hand. That's why it's hard to change habits at first too. But eventually you do. And anyway, the study out of Japan that I read, I'll show this. It's very interesting. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab more of this. I got to be able to live off this all day today. Till dinner at least. Smoothie all day. You know, it's funny. A lot of people, including people in my family, like my dad, they'll have the smoothie and then they're like, okay, that's it. I got to go have breakfast. I'm like, Dad, that was breakfast. Oh, it's just not enough, right? Funny thing is, sometimes I'll sneak that little question. I'll be like, hey, Dad, you want some more smoothie? He's like, no, I'm so full. I need that breakfast. I'm like, you're so full. The smoothie filled you up, but now you want to go have more breakfast. It doesn't even make any sense. But funny thing is, when I first used to drink this, I thought, it's not going to be enough. My body has somehow acclimated. I can drink this smoothie, and I'm good all day till dinner. That's just
kind of weird. But then again, I'm not being super active in the sense of I'm not doing a ton of weight training. I'm not doing like running a marathon or anything, but I am active. I mean, I'm going out, I'm working and doing stuff. Anyway, back to that Japanese. By the way, if you guys have any questions or comments, this is gonna be a good time because I'm almost done. But this Japanese study basically found out, which is really remarkable, by the way. I wonder if I can find it right now online. Let's see here. I mean, I'm not gonna go and look right now probably, but basically what was discovered is if you eat vegetables first thing in the morning, which by the way, of course, me, I do my hydrogen water first, but I use data like this to try to come up with better protocols. And let me think here. So when you consume vegetables first thing in the morning, after your hydrogen water, in my opinion, of course, but the study was just vegetables first thing in the morning, they discovered that it was helping regulate blood glucose all day long, which is really wild. Like, why would it do that, right? This is what I love about Japanese, because they're into it. And so they started researching. Northern Yeti says, yes, veggies and beans do both great things all day long. And so they wanted to understand why it was doing this, because it was very odd that it would regulate blood sugar levels, not just for a little while, like all day. Like, why would it do that if you eat them first thing in the morning, like empty stomach? And the beautiful thing about it is that they ended up discovering something new about the human body. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. There are things about our human body, kind of like the bottom of the ocean, kind of like the universe, stars in heaven, or stars in the universe, you know, out there. Things that we haven't discovered. I mean, we haven't even identified all the bacteria in our gut, by the way. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. So we're not even close to understanding this human body just yet. What they ultimately discovered is that in our GI system, we have special little pockets that we didn't even know of. And the fiber from these vegetables, this is why I'm so big on vegetables, they go in there and they help regulate the blood glucose, almost like a time release. It only does it for one day. The next day, you'd have to consume the vegetables again. It won't last longer than one day. So when I read this study, this is what I do. When I read data, then I think to myself, okay, how can I apply this to my own life to improve? Because regulating blood glucose is so important. This helps a ton too, the hydrogen. And so I thought, okay, how am I going to consume vegetables in the morning? Because I mean, who eats vegetables for breakfast? And that's a big reason that I not only created this, I added a lot of vegetables. It's mostly vegetables, because usually it's, you know, the carrots, the celery, the greens. I mean, we'll have something like chia seeds. And then of course it's the blueberries and the banana that really, those are the fruit. And it's really the banana that really helps to flavor the blueberries, because I just know they're extremely good for you. And if you guys want to check out Dr. Greger's blueberry video, and he'll give you all the data on it, especially long-term usage. It really takes it in a way that even he was saying, is like, who's going to consume blueberries every day? Nobody's going to do this. I found a way to do it, right? Because I put it in my smoothie every single day, so it becomes a norm. And then as far as the Purium powders, I mean, a lot of that stuff is just superfoods and vegetables, you know, basically, and help you with overcoming the deficiencies, because these foods are just deficient. Pretty simple, guys. Not rocket science. Yeah, not rocket science. Okay. With that being said, we're coming close to the end of the hour. Let's see here. Okay, almost done. Let's see, any last thoughts or questions or topics somebody would like to hear about? Seeking and Being says, hi, I'm working today, so I'm just swinging by to support the channel. Thank you. Thank you for all the thumbs up. By the way, we got 18 people here and only 16 thumbs up. So, oops, 17 people. We just lost one. But yeah, if you guys all hit the thumbs up, it does help the algorithm. I don't know if we're going to be able to reach the 144,000, but if we try, share, subscribe. I've been doing my best for years. I really thought I would have been there by now, to be honest. And I'm not even close. It's kind of like, you have this goal and am I going to get all disappointed? No, I'm still very happy with everything. And not only that, I really didn't do it. I felt that I was doing it mostly for others and the information's there. I'm a little surprised how few know about me considering the results that I've seen. Things that, I mean, you got these university hospitals and people can't figure out how to do things and, fix certain diseases potentially. I think I told you guys a story one time. It was so hilarious. This woman who I helped with diabetes, and her results were so ridiculously good. And her doctor of, I think, 20 or 30 years, I don't remember now, but a long time, he was like, how are you achieving these results? Like, what are you doing? And she was telling her about the hydrogen man. She's like, well, there's this guy and, the hydrogen water and these things that he does. And she was doing them and it was working like so good, better than anything that doctor ever did for her. And didn't even believe her. He goes, no way. There's no guy on YouTube showing you how to do something like this. This is like worthy of a Nobel Prize. Like the things that are happening here, this is crazy. They're literally impossible. Literally impossible. And yet they were apparently happening. And he was just so blown away by it. And when she told me, I was like, wow. I was glad to see her results. I've always been shocked actually at some of the results that I've achieved because I think I was brainwashed to believe that we couldn't do those things on our own, that we needed science. And science is great, but we needed, doctors and degrees and pills. Who would have thought that hydrogen water and smoothies and some of this basic things, Anyway, it's kind of a funny story. Diane McKenzie says, I saw a video. It was a parasite or bug in the banana. It's hard for me now to eat them again. Well, I do understand. Sometimes you can find things in food. It's there. Maybe you shouldn't have mentioned that to me. No, I'm going to not get that image out of my head. Dana Mitchell says, not leaving yet until you're done. But just want to make sure. I always thank you for your time. Oh, you are too sweet. Having people like you in the world makes me hopeful for the future of health or future health, our future health. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind. I am trying to not only be my best and be an example of what it is that I share. There's people who, let me tell you something. I've learned some crazy things. I won't name his name. I should though, because he's called me out and said some not very savory things about me. And I probably should return the favor, but I just don't think I will. But there's a guy out there. I'll just say that. He's a doctor. Supposedly, I think he's probably a chiropractor. I don't think he's an MD. Not that it matters, to be honest. And he uses probably the worst hydrogen machine on the market. It's so terrible. Using chemicals. I'm not into using chemicals for hydrogen because it's completely the wrong way, in my opinion. But they're using that lye stuff, lye, sodium hydroxide. Anyway, there's a guy who contacted me who knows him personally. And this guy promotes this machine, he's like, oh, the hydrogen's so great and all this stuff. And when he's on camera, he tries to put on this thing too. And anyway, after all that, sorry, I was just getting a work call. And it turns out somebody who knows him who contacted me says he doesn't even use hydrogen. And I was like, what? He doesn't even use it. And it's so funny because, there's a lot of people out there who don't really walk the walk that they preach, and I've seen that a lot. And, do I care? Whatever, if people want to do that. But on my channel, you do whatever it is that you're seeing. This is really what I do. This is how I live. And whether the results are good or bad, that's what you're going to see if this stuff works or not. So I've done a lot of the blood work too to make sure it is working. Let's see. God's Child 33 says, or 333 says, do you have a video of you listing all the ingredients in your smoothie? Wow. And what do you eat for dinner? Can anybody answer this person's question? God's child? Anybody? I mean, I can answer it, but the reason that I'm laughing a little bit is because I have so many videos. I just wonder if you've actually looked at my channel, because if you just type in Uprising 144K and type in like hydrogen smoothie or something, so many videos. Just this one today, but I also didn't have all the ingredients I wanted today because I didn't have my celery. Mostly just my celery. Everything else I had. So it's hilarious, yeah. Because there's not, I mean, I have so many. In fact, I do this, I've been trying to do it live every single morning. So I don't even know how many videos I have. There's so many. And I literally show you step by step, like the Purium powder. You know, well, I'm doing flax seeds right now because I got them, but I don't always use those. The fundamentals are the Purium powder, the greens, the blueberry. Let's see. I didn't watch the whole hour video. I just want to see the 10-minute video. Okay. Well, go watch video 397. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 396. 396. It's either 396 or 397. I think it's 396. But check that one out. Maybe I should make these videos shorter, guys. Maybe I should just say, let's make the smoothie. I'll make the smoothie and boom, stop the live video, because that makes the video shorter and maybe some people don't want to watch all this. Oh, that's my hydrogen. That means I've been healing for 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now. All right, guys, unless you have any final questions. So somebody just came up with that one about the smoothie. But yes, all the ingredients are there. Let's see here. Well, I also use the hydrogen, all the minerals. I mean, yeah, everything's in the video. You can actually rewind and everything. So you can just rewind to the part where I make the smoothie, and you can see everything. And then you don't have to listen to all the chatting afterwards. And I don't have to chat afterwards. No, keep them long. Terry. Okay, I can do that too. I mean, see, I guess everybody wants something different. You know what? And I think I want, goodness gracious. I don't know if I kind of want more smoothie. Should I have more? Let me think here. Well, either way, I got to put it in this jar either way. So let's do that right now. Don't give up. Listen to Jack Johnson. Let's see, I like Jack Johnson. He's such a nice guy. Well, I don't even know him. I love the chatting. Don't stop the chatting. That's funny. That's really funny. It's like I'm a one-man podcast. That's not fair, right? Maybe I just need, you know what? Maybe I just need to do a podcast. I need to figure out how to bring on people and do my podcast. Maybe I should do that. Can't do it in Japan though, because there's not going to be anybody who speaks English. Gotta do it in America. Yeah, we love the chat, says Terry. Really? You guys really like it? You know what? If somebody doesn't like it, comment, because maybe I'm just getting a one-sided story here. Well, I will tell you this. I don't like to waste anything. I like to be as efficient as I can. The Japanese have this thing about not wasting one grain of rice. Atsumare! I always like that. They have all these wonderful little cultural things that are very beautiful. So what do I do so I don't waste? I use my handy dandy spatula. Now look, am I gonna get every little speck of this smoothie off here? No, but at least I'm trying. Some people don't even try, I've seen it. Just throw the blender in the sink and call it a day. But I will try my best. Oh God, look at this stuff, I love it. Oh, the walnuts, forgot to mention those. Yep, let's see here. Can you speak Japanese, Greg? Chotto nihongo shiteru ne. Just a little bit. Not completely fluent or anything, by the way. You know, if I spend most of the day speaking English, you know, and you kind of get used to that. I think once I spend more time in Japan, I will get more accustomed to the language. But they use a lot of words, you know, like they use a lot of English words. Like you're like, hey, how do you say coffee in Japanese? And then a Japanese person will say kohi. I'm like, wait a second, that sounds a lot like coffee. No, kohi. It's like, okay, sounds pretty much the same. No, it's not the same. Kohi. I'm like, okay, got it. It's kohi. But yeah, they use a lot of English words. A lot of countries are doing that. I mean, a lot of people are taking on because they're just, I don't know why. Maybe that's just, those words don't exist in their language. Their vowels are actually pretty easy. Their vowels are a, I, u, e, o. So they're kind of in a different order as compared to like Latin or like Spanish, which is a, I, o, u, you know. So the pronunciation and enunciation for me is actually pretty easy. Like the word easy in Japanese is cantan, which is funny because cantan in Spanish would be more like people singing. So it's funny that the word easy is the word singing in another language. It's so hilarious because they're almost the same words. They just mean different things. So it's hilarious. Omoshiroi, that means it's funny. Omoshiroi ne. Yes. Soda ne. No Japanese. Actually, I do have one Japanese viewer who watches these videos, and when I say little Japanese stuff, she thinks it's hilarious, especially the word hotate. I like the word hotate. Hotate means scallop. I like scallops. I haven't eaten any for a long time, but I do like them. Just because I don't eat certain foods for my health doesn't mean I don't like them. And then, you know, if you treat your body good all the time, then you can have a cheat day once in a while. Like I had a little bit of a cheat day yesterday. All right, almost done. There we go. That should be about good right there. I don't even know if you guys can hear me from over there if I don't have the earpiece in. That'll be interesting. Let me know if you can hear me from over here, because maybe I don't need to wear the earpiece. Maybe you guys hear me just fine. Oh, I missed the lid. Give me 1 second. Ready to be seen. Boy, I don't know. I think I could finish this smoothie no problem. I can hear you from over there. Wow. Okay. Let's keep inhaling my hydrogen. I think we're losing everybody. I should do a podcast. But I'll be the only one-man podcast. That's so boring though, isn't it? Just me talking to myself. or you know, of course, if I'm on camera like this with you guys, I could do a podcast with all you guys. Let's see. Dana says, you have this way of having a conversation even though you are alone. I do that. I do actually. Just I can just yap to myself. That's hilarious though. That's almost, is that embarrassing? Maybe. I get embarrassed easily. Makes me feel like I'm there. I'm super casual and relaxing. Or it's super casual and relaxing. I can't say it enough. I just enjoy this so much. That's hilarious. Terry C says, waste, no want not. Waste, no want not. Something like that. Can you speak Japanese, Greg? Oh yeah, I think I answered that one. Northern Yeti. I don't know if I can speak like a Yeti. Oh, I just watched a documentary on Okinawa Blue Zone. I know everybody's like obsessed because Okinawans live so long. They went to miso factory. Oh, by the way, miso is so flippin' good for you. I use it like almost every day. Like a little soup. Seaweed farm, yeah. And local restaurant. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be talking like a Yeti. This old ways are disappearing, unfortunately. See, this is what I mean, Northern Yeti. The Japanese held on to those old ways for so long. Tradition, honor, like beautiful, beautiful things. And they are losing them. You know, they really are. They're going to be dying with the Japanese. And that is so sad. And that's why, look, I'm not going to live much longer. I mean, none of us live very long. And I'm clearly, well, I probably shouldn't say that. But anyway, I'll just say, you know, it's funny. I was actually talking to my friend yesterday. And a cardiologist told me, he's like, you got maybe 10 years. And I think that was like 8 maybe 9 years ago, but something like that. It was, you know. Now, granted, I think I'm going to be able to push past that just with everything that I've done, but I just want to go there. I want to go there, and there's specific things I want to do with my life before I either get too old or somehow mysteriously just conk out. If you guys remember, you know, I did some things that damaged my heart significantly. That's why the cardiologist told me that. So, you know, you want to do certain things with your life. Live right too, you know. It's a good thing. I think it'll pay off in the end when you go to the other side and you meet your maker. Terry C says hilarious. Diane McKenzie says, I can hear you over there. Awesome. Northern Yeti says. It sounds like an old man, not a Yeti. I was surprised to see that old people there are apparently still like canned ham. I know. They eat too much pork though, in my opinion. And but they do a lot of other things that are extremely good for you. That's why I like to combine the really good stuff and remove some of the bad stuff. Partly because the U.S. gave them that after they were starved in the aftermath of World War II. Yeah, it's very sad, you know, what people say. You know, I mean, what they dropped on those people, guys. Why didn't they drop them on the Germans? Why did they drop them on the Japanese, you know? But I do understand. Whatever, it happened, you know, I'm not going to get my panties in a bunch. And obviously the Japanese are very forgiving and they already, you know, they don't hold a grudge against America. They're very loving people, actually, in a lot of ways. I've noticed that. You know, they're not really like, people can say that they judge, but observing facts can also be a form of judgment. But you just have to observe, hey, these people or these countries or whatever do things these ways, you know. Anyway, there's a lot of history there, but I want to go and I just really love those people. I mean, I love a lot of people, by the way. I mean, I do love people in general, but I think the Japanese probably have to be one of my favorite. The way that they hold themselves to such a high standard, and I think there's a lot of things about Japan that people don't know, actually. And that's that's another thing that I would like to do with my channel that I'm going to be opening before I leave. Part of the reason I've been so busy is because I'm trying to get so much done before I go. I got to get my life in order. And I just want to go and share just beautiful things. And it doesn't just beautiful things that are Japanese, just beautiful things, you know, and they just happen to have a lot of beautiful things. And there's beautiful things you can find everywhere. But, you know, I think, you know, that's what I'm going to try to do. Terry C says, but your heart's fine now. Yeah, my heart is fine now. I did not need the surgery. You know, obviously my protocols, and I think it was really this hydrogen was the thing that really changed it. But it doesn't mean that all the years, because by the way, it was decades of this heart issue, which is what was weakening the heart. So even though I may have fixed it, potentially I've already taken many years off my life. Potentially. I don't know. Maybe I will live a very long life, but I did, and it wasn't just that, you know, Terry, you know, not to get into those dark days of my life. But I mean, I've done a lot of things to abuse myself, you know, because I was trying to end myself. That's why. So I wasn't trying to do the opposite, which is prolong my life and stay healthy. So I was literally destroying myself. And that probably has taken some years off, even if I've changed things around. And, you know, who knows though? Who knows? Maybe I'll make it to my 80s. You never know. Let's see. Terry C says Japan is cool. Yeah, and they have some things that are not cool too, but they have a lot of good things too. We'll peek into all of it when I'm over there. Diane McKee says no more wars. We must insist on only peace. Hey, I agree. And a lot of people are not aware of this, but the Japanese do not want more war. They're done with war. They were done a long time ago. They're like, look, we don't want no more of that. They really do want peace, but I think the biggest problem with war, and it's just a guess, because I don't try to look into it too much, it just seems to be a moneymaker. And so when people see dollar signs, they just don't seem to care. They don't care if it costs people's lives or whatever. It's just like, money, show me the money. Terry C says, me too, Greg. Yeah, you've done some damage too, huh? Yeah, you know, it happens, but it's okay because life will end for all of us, whether it ends at, 30 or whether it ends at 80. Mike, judgment is more condemning and discernment is more neutral, like sorting facts. Right. You know, forgot what I was saying. Yeah, well, humans will learn. And in the end, we all die. So, but like I said, whether you die at 30 or 20 or 80, it's just important, I think, that you honored yourself. I got a really interesting story, which I can't share the whole thing, but maybe I'll share it. Remind me somebody. I call it the stone people story. It's totally crazy what happened to me. I wouldn't have believed it had it not actually happened to me. But in the end, I was told, they said, you just have to live a certain way. Yeah, stone people. Yeah, it was a story. It was actually something that happened to me. More than once, actually, in Japan, a long time ago, because I used to live there off and on when I was young, and when I was younger, and it was something about the way that I should live, and then I started getting into these. Gosh, I won't go too deep into this because I really got to go here very soon. I am actually going to finish this smoothie. I can feel it. And once you get into like these deeper realms, which you can get into through meditation, Zen practice, but stillness, meditation. And there are other places that you can go to, as crazy as that may sound. But I've seen it myself, so now I know that it's true. And basically, you see a lot about yourself and things that you reflect on from your life. It's almost like having a little bit of a near-death experience, and you reflect in a way that you never did before. And that's part of the reason that it inspires me to want to live better and do better and be better and live a certain way. And I think people who won't live that way, will they have their regrets? Of course. I mean, I already have all sorts of regrets of things that I did. Not that I was ever a terrible person, because I wasn't, but they're just a lot of things that I did. And these are a lot of things that actually me and my buddy were talking about yesterday. And he wanted to come over and chat a little while. And so anyway, just try to be good, guys. Try to love one another. Try to love yourself, be an example, don't just talk about it, like actually do it. And it all starts with us taking care of ourselves a certain way, mentally, physically, emotionally. Just, it sounds so basic, and it is basic. It's so basic that I think the world should be doing more of it, but we don't. We don't even know. I mean, we don't even really put a lot of like new tech and stuff into growing food a certain way that can really change our health and change our lives. And I really think that we should. But anyway, not to get on my soapbox about that. I think you guys know enough about all that stuff. Like I said, I'm going to be saying goodbye now. So if you have any last comments and stuff, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thank you for all the support. Thanks for watching. It is funny that I am just talking here alone all the time while making these guys. That is so delicious. I'm breathing in this hydrogen. It does help, by the way, to pull in through the nose. And it really gets it deeper into the lungs. And open up everything vascular, the vascular system. Ghost vessels. Go read about ghost vessels. It's very interesting. And the way the hydrogen affects them. Absolutely mind-blowing. All right, guys. Well, I don't know. I guess I could say goodbye now, or I could wait till I'm done with the smoothie. That tasted good. What I did miss, I forgot that I did put in there, was the broccoli sprouts. Also highly anti-cancerous. A lot of this stuff that I do is anti-cancerous, anti-parasitic, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just healthy food, guys. Okay, with that being said, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Terry C says, hope you have a great day. Thanks, Greg. You're welcome. Hope you have a great day too, guys. Be happy. Bye.